frosted glass.
Woo! Welcome to Death Curse Society, everybody. I hope you guys are having a great day out there. We got millionaires going off into space and whatever the hell Colonel's doing right now.
Dude, I can't find my fucking hat. This is the best I had to go on air with. I'm sorry. I'll look for it when we go to a break.
You know, people like Richard Branson are floating around in space right now, but what are you doing? You're wearing a goddamn silly fucking hat on our show.
Hey, don't hate the Vampirina look, baby. Rocking it.
Anyway, I got the Colonel, I'm Red Crank, and I got Zigzag. Good God.
I got nothing.
I know. What else is there? You can't say anything.
You can't. This is perfect. I'm just going to wear this like all the fucking time now. So you guys zip it. Death
Curse Society, trend setters.
You guys live in 2021. I'm living in 2738. Just saying.
This is embarrassing. We got a lot to talk about here. Let's get to, God damn it, there might be werewolves within here too. I don't know. Let's go camping.
You're going to Camp Blood, ain't you? You'll never come back again. It's got a death curse.
First up for Let's Go Camping, I'd like to say thank God Colonel found his actual hat. And secondly, we took a look at the movie Werewolves Within. Based on some kind of video game from Red Storm Entertainment, it tells the story of a snowstorm that traps town residents together inside the local inn, where newly arrived forest ranger Finn and postal worker Cecily must try to keep the peace and uncover the truth behind a mysterious creature that has begun terrorizing the community. Alrighty, so Colonel, initial thoughts on Werewolves Within.
Okay. Well, I'll kick it off here. So as soon as I saw the Ubisoft logo, I was like, what the fuck? I didn't even know this was based on a video game. And, you know, we get your kind of your standard whodunit. There's supposed to be a twist. I don't know, because it takes fucking forever to see that twist. And you kind of figure it out before it's even revealed. I don't know about you gentlemen. I'm going to speak for myself. This was fucking easy. This is like playing Clue Junior to a point. I was like, okay, yeah, I know exactly what's going on. But overall, not bad.
How about you, Ziggy? Initial thoughts?
Right. Clue it is. Whodunit? A werewolf tale without a werewolf? But there is some pretty good social messages in there. Like there's a whole pipeline thing is what this is wrapped around. It is very entertaining. Character driven to the max. That's what this is. I was kind of hoping there wouldn't be a werewolf in this. Actually, the way it was going, I loved the setup. But you're not disappointed if that's really what you wanted. But all in all, this wasn't too bad a watch, man. Based on a video game, yes. I remember seeing the title around, but I don't think I ever played it. It's like they're trying to be funny, but it's bumbling funny, you know? It's executed pretty well that way. The end of it, we'll get to it. But for now, I say this is a pretty good watch.
This was kind of fun. I normally don't like horror comedies. I really didn't like this one all that much because, like you just mentioned, the bumbling comedy, yeah, not really my thing. A lot of the humor was too forced for me, in a way. As for the characters, I didn't mind the characters. The characters are good representations of small town life. And that comes with every stereotype that you can think of. Now, the thing that's great about it, though, is that you have all these stereotypes in this town, but then the one black guy that moves into town is not stereotypical whatsoever. So you've got that juxtaposition. And in a weird way, that kind of worked for me a lot more than much of the rest of the movie. But we'll get into that. Now, I didn't realize this was based on a video game until the end credits started rolling, and it mentions it. And it doesn't sound like Colonel knew much about it. Doesn't sound like Ziggy knew about it.
Well, to be fair, it is a virtual reality game, so you only had your Oculus and your PlayStation virtual reality sets to play it on, so it's kind of understandable it didn't hit the mainstream console audience.
But it's popular enough to have a movie made of it? That's what seems weird to me.
I guess, because let's be honest, this game came out a little bit before you guys maybe got back into gaming as much as you used to, because, you know, Friday the 13th, I know it brought Crank back. But I was a much more avid gamer in 2016 than I am now. And like I said, I never heard of this game because I didn't do virtual reality. I'm not going to pay $300 additionally to a $500 console system to play fucking games. Fuck that. I'm broke, motherfucker. I'm broke.
Like many, I said, fuck that shit, I'm out.
Let's move on then. So we already talked briefly about the characters and how diverse and kind of stereotypical they were. You've got the redneck couple that look like they're just methed out beyond their means, but still able to function somehow. You've got the weird dog lady that is kind of nervous about everybody. You got the horny husband that's married to the dog lady that's trying to fuck everything else in town. And then you've got the innkeeper with a mysterious background. Then you got the two gay guys. And then you've got your lead characters. Who were your favorite of those townsfolk, Colonel?
Oh, gosh, this is a tough one. Because it's not like I really had a strong hate towards any of them. Because they play their characters so well. Like, obviously, there's reasons why, the dog lady, she was annoying, but she was supposed to be annoying. Mm. But, man, out of the townsfolk, one has to be the meth head redneck boyfriend that thought he was gangster. Ended up making a Freddy Krueger glove out of fucking kitchen knives. That was fucking hilarious. I'm sorry, that's like the only time this whole movie actually laughed out loud. Dude, you had the gay couple. Guillermo from What We Do in the Shadows. I was all hyped to see him with his little 5 o'clock shadow. The cast, not your main characters, those two were my favorite. And get to your main characters, I liked them both about equally. Now, there's a couple big reasons why I like Cecily a little bit more. You have to watch the movie. You guys will know exactly what I'm talking about.
Don't go there.
And before I go any further, just so you guys know, if you haven't already, AT&T is the best wireless carrier.
You're very good at whatever this is.
We're going to talk about the AT&T girl here in a minute. Just cool your jets. Ziggy, how about you? What was your favorite townsfolky character?
I gotta go with the meth heads too, man. I did seem to chuckle every time they came out and did their over-the-top version of these rednecks. It was just funny to me. The gay guys, they were written timely with their quips and judgments of the other people in there. That's what I mean. This whole thing was character-driven. It wasn't even really about the horror of the monster being around. It was just these fucking idiots, and they all seem to have some secrets and shit going on behind them and reasons they do want the pipeline in or do not want the pipeline in. Mm-hmm. So it all kind of ties together. I appreciated that too. But yeah, when it comes down to it, it's the meth heads, just their over-the-top delivery of how they played the characters. And Colonel mentioned it, the Freddy Krueger glove is fucking hilarious. Mm-hmm. And then the two gay guys, absolutely, they got the best lines, I think, written for them and to cap on each other. And they complement each other the right way. It's just very funny. It's executed well.
Yeah, I appreciated the gay couple quite a bit. There was a couple of exchanges that I really liked when one of them is kind of denying or trying to deny how much money they have. And he's like, it's not like we're really millionaires. And then Harvey Gillen looks over at him and as his partner and is just like, and he's like, oh, are we? So,
yeah, we're rich. We're fine.
Yeah, we're fine. We're 990,000 heirs. How about that? Somewhere in that area. The other exchange I really liked of them is where everyone at one point just starts pulling guns on everybody. And the one gay guy is in the middle and he's like, wait a minute, are we really in a Mexican standoff right now? And Harvey just kind of leans in and is like, don't say Mexican, just say standoff. Yeah. And of course, they're the only people in the town that don't have guns. Well, I guess Cecily didn't either, but I think she may have, but she didn't have the gun because she wanted Finn to come in with her. There's many little strange plot points to the story. You find out at one point that the innkeeper's husband has disappeared and supposedly ran off with some young Russian thing. Well, he hasn't. He's been mauled by the werewolf and stashed under the house. He comes back at some point during the film. There's other, like you mentioned, little secrets that people have throughout this town. And can we talk about the strange quickness that Finn and Cecily kind of fell into each other the way they did? That was probably the most unrealistic part of the film for me, was the fact that they just almost love at first sight kind of bullshit. But I know that's a movie trope, but this one pushed it really quick. Ziggy?
I just felt like she was looking for the bone, because new beef in town kind of thing. The way she was like, oh, for real? The ex calls and now that's it? Okay. Grow up hair. She's marching out of there. I didn't think of it as like this huge cosmic connection of love or anything like that. She was just wanting to get the meat stick.
Maybe so. Colonel, is that the way you took it?
Nope, took it the opposite direction. The way, I mean, granted, by the end of the film, you're like, oh. But no, I'm watching the movie. I'm kind of with Crank on this. I'm like, well, what's this bullshit? They known each other for 8 fucking hours, and she's already fucking trying to, like Zach said, could have been trying to get the D. I didn't see it like that because they were playing it off like they were really interested in each other. They had a lot in common.
If you want to look at it from the whole relationship, the whole movie wise, I'm talking initial meeting when she comes out and already got the tube top on and dancing around and shaking it.
Yeah, as am I. I said, by the end of the movie, I've seen it differently.
Okay.
But
the whole thing,
the whole thing is different. But the beginning, watching this, I'm with Crank. This is your trope, quick falling in love story, way too fucking fast. It's like, slow down. I almost wish they didn't play it up like that quickly. Maybe it's how we, buddies at the beginning, and then as shit's hitting the fan, as you guys will find out here by the end of our segment, we'll spoil the fuck out of this for you, and you'll understand.
One character that we didn't talk about that kind of needs to be brought up is the ultimate red herring, Emerson Flint. What did you think of his character and the way they handled him? Not necessarily in the ending, of course, but Colonel.
I mean, he played his role fine for what he was, for little he's in the film. Get off my lawn type of guy. And I did think it was funny because at the beginning of the movie, you get a Mr. Rogers quote. So, of course, I'm like, hey, you need to come back down to the inn with us, track this beast, this werewolf, bring up Mr. Rogers. He's like, who's that? Well, it's funny because, like the Grinch, his heart grows 3 times bigger by the end of the night. And he makes his appearance. Don't want to say too much because I don't want to take anything away from you guys to talk about. Damn it.
All right. What about you, Ziggy?
Yeah, he's good. I mean, for the limited amount of time he's in the film, he does what he's supposed to do. He's the red herring, one of them, and unceremonious at the end what they did with him. But hey, he fit for what he did and what he was supposed to be. Absolutely.
Obviously, we have kind of looked over one of the stars of this film being Milana Weintraub. And if you don't know that name, we understand, because you probably know her better as the AT&T girl from many commercials from 2013 to now.
I sure do. Kind of.
I tell you what, I've never seen her act. I guess she's in This Is Us as well. I was pleasantly surprised by her performance. And her and Finn, played by Sam Richardson, worked really well together. Did you agree, Ziggy?
Yeah, I mean, the acting is not a problem at all with this movie. There was good chemistry all the way around. They carry it great. Nice to ride along with them and see what they're trying to do, even though there's other things going on. They handled it just fine. I can't pick apart anything they've done, and she's pretty cute, too. So it's, nice to look at.
How about you, Colonel?
I wouldn't say overlooked her. I definitely looked her performance up and down. And she did great. Like I said, I knew she was a comedian. Never seen her act in anything before. She did a great job. I'm not going to lie. At first, it was really hard to get past the AT&T commercials. That's just the way she acts. I get it. It didn't distract me very long, though. Because, like I said, her and the actor who played Finn, they had a really good chemistry. Like, it was really good. I like to see her in more stuff and let her be known as not the AT&T lady.
Oh, she's always going to be known as the AT&T girl.
It all comes down to punctuality, folks.
Yeah, her performance was too charming throughout the movie. And like I said, I had never seen her in anything before besides the AT&T stuff. And I thought she did a great job. She fit that role very well. I like the quirky characters that it seems like, anyway, kind of based on the real actor. I mean, I think seeing her in this, I've learned she's into improv and has studied improv for a while. So she's got a little bit of that quirkiness to her, just personality. And it came forth really well in this film. And that I've always appreciated. Now, almost a year or so ago, she was facing some pretty huge backlash and personal attacks online because some old photos of her got leaked from, I believe, college days, pool parties and stuff. A bunch of men started referring to her as and certain parts of her breast, I'll say it, as milkers and milk jugs, and just saying some really horrible things on her social media. So much so that AT&T actually had to disable comments on any video or photo across all their social media that featured her. Good God, people, stop being horrible human beings. Colonel, I know you've been kind of lightly joking it. I think you were doing it as a point, I hope, right?
Oh, of course. Like, I'll be honest. All men are fucking pigs. I'll fucking admit it. You've seen a pair, you've seen them all. Like, there's no reason to, like I said, go on her social media and stay that she's a fucking human being. Who cares? Like, why? Like, I just don't understand that concept of having to, like you said, get on, see her pictures, but oh, look at them jugs, look at them milkers. What are we, fucking 12?
Yeah.
Like, most of these probably grown ass men. Like, who cares, man? It's just talking about this, though. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but they did pretty much a good job most of the movie covering her up, which is fucking stupid.
Well, yeah, she's in the mail jacket, or the mailman's jacket.
But well, even when they're in the, even when they're in the inn, Greg, you find out, these clothes weren't exactly fitted for her, but they're still covering up for most of the movie. After, we all knew this going into watching this, it kind of makes sense, but it's like, God damn, really? She just can't be herself. It felt like it was a ploy to actually cover her up through this movie.
Well, and that stuff that happened to her last year is part of the reason why that was done this way. Yeah,
which, like I said, I think is fucking ridiculous, because we can't be grown-ass people and just watch a performance for a performance. Yes, I'm joking about this whole time. Again, I'm a pig. I know this. I'm not a fucking asshole. Okay, there's a difference.
Hey, she's an attractive woman. Yes, we have colorful ways of saying certain things. If we think a woman is beautiful or attractive or sexy or just whatever, we may say things more colorfully than others. But we're not going to necessarily be disrespectful, or at least intentionally disrespectful, or demeaning. And some of these comments, especially the ones, she did a live stream one point on Instagram where she's basically near tears talking about, guys, please stop this. This is ridiculous that photos of me cannot be posted without disgusting things that get said and sent to me even privately. Are they getting some kind of reaction by doing it to other people? Ziggy, help me out here.
No, man, there's just scum out there. A lot of scum. Colonel's kind of got a point with the all men thing. I mean, but if you want to go to the whole universal thing, if we stop finding women desirable like that, then the end of the world is nigh at that point. We need that to continue. I mean, but as appreciating the beauty and the artwork of a woman's body, what is wrong with that? You just don't need to go out there and drool all over your keyboard and send dick pics and shit. What the fuck, dude? Like, you had a shot anyway, really? We all know you're stuck in mom's basement. We all know you get none, and you got to vent this shit out somewhere. Just find another way, man. Find another way. We've been exposed to movies for our whole lives that have exploited, I guess, these things,
Glorified it.
I'm not asking for forgiveness for that or a pass or anything, but appreciation is there. Beautiful women are a great thing, and I hope they don't change. I hope they don't cover up too much, but I'm not going to sit there and perv out on it like that. We can control it. We all can control it. And if you can't, you need to be removed from society. That's right.
Especially this society.
Yeah.
Big time.
Like I said, you can be a pig. Don't be an asshole.
That's right.
I'll admit, last night I kind of fell down the rabbit hole on this story and was doing a little bit of research, and I watched her original Instagram video, and then I watched some reactions to that Instagram video. Some by women who were understanding and shared their own examples and stories of what they've gone through, female YouTube stars, women YouTube stars. And then I watched a couple of reactions from men who are YouTubers. And holy shit, the blame was shifted back to her for so easily, by these guys.
Pretty much like how, rape victim, it's like, well, you shouldn't have dressed like that.
I was going to say,
get the fuck out of here. Like,
that's the rapist sending that message to her, for sure, 100%.
Exactly. And I'm watching these videos at a loss for words, like, this is the takeaway that you're getting from this. I don't want to dwell on this too much, but Milana, you're a beautiful woman. Keep doing what you do. Get some more roles. Yeah, we'd love to have you on the show sometime. So make another horror movie and get in here. Let's talk about the resolution of this film, because this huge twist should have been seen by pretty much everybody a mile of fucking way. Ziggy, talk about the ending.
Yes, I do think you should have seen it coming, but they do a fine job moving the blame around where you're not quite sure. Mm-hmm. Like certain characters come in, the big tycoon, the gas guy, all that shit. It all plays into it. And in the end, you're right, because she's the werewolf. I'll say it. I'm saying it. She wolfs out in the last 10 minutes. It's not the greatest transformations or anything like that, but the movie's called Werewolves Within, and we actually had a wolf in it in the last 10 minutes. The third act was absolutely the worst part. The setup and the characters driving the story to that point. And then when we had to bring it home, it was just kind of like, man, really? That's how we went?
Just kind of weak sauce? Is that what you're saying?
Weak sauce. Big time.
All right. Colonel, how about you? What do you think of the ending of this?
So like Zach said, we find out who the werewolf is. That's the payoff we fucking get. That transformation. Like, I literally go with the entire movie without seeing a fucking werewolf, and that's what you give us. Fuck you. That just totally, by that point, I didn't fucking care. Sure, Grizzly Adams came and saved the fucking day, so we thought, and then fucking got to make you a sandwich innkeeper truly saves the day. It was like, fuck this. The best part about the third act was the redneck chick getting her fucking head blown off. You don't see it, but you see a good blood splatter on the fucking window. And that's sad when that's the highlight of the third act of this movie. I invested 94 minutes and $7.41 into. That transformation scene fucking ruined it for me.
It's a low budget movie, man.
But if you're going to wait till the last 10 minutes to bring your fucking werewolf to the game, I seen better fucking transformations than fucking Pinocchio when that boy turned into a fucking donkey. Okay? They could have done fucking better. The Monster Squad was a low budget fucking movie. Even that werewolf him transformed to the Wolfman, what little you got was worth it. It left a lot to the imagination, but it still looked good. This looks fucking awful.
It's bad CGI.
She's fucking green. Did you know about? I was like,
she's not very furry, right?
Yeah.
And that's weird because they're pulling hairs out of everything, the whole fucking movie, and analyzing it and shit. So,
well, they probably didn't want to put too much fur on her because then the furries would be sexualizing her online, and that would be a whole other bullshit she has to deal with. Yeah, the transformation is weak. I will admit, her made up as a werewolf is very low budget, low effectiveness. Not good. I've seen better cosplay makeup in conventions sometimes. But the cheesiness of like her revealing herself as the Bond villain at the end and explaining everything while nothing is happening and Finn is just kind of standing there dumbfounded and then tries to throw hatchets at her and then Emerson shows up, shovels her in the back of the head at just the right moment. And he's like, oh yeah, I wanted to be more neighborly like Fred Rogers, and he pops in. But she also has a couple of great lines there right before she turns where she's talking to Finn and she's like, you're just pathological. And he was like, what's my pathology? And she goes, you're too fucking nice, and it's one of the few moments where they just unleash a profanity and it's her, the one you thought was Little Miss Innocent most of the way through, and the playoff just worked. I thought okay. Overall, no, but it was kind of a fun ending. But yeah, I'll leave it.
Man, the journey to get to there was so much better, and had you guessing and wow, that's cool, and laughing at the stupid things they were saying. The cheese was great. Mm-hmm. Just man, some strong werewolf effects would have. They could have done better. They just could have done better. It's the bottom fucking line.
Well, and they also have a little kind of Michael Myers moment where Emerson and Finn are talking, not paying attention whatsoever. and she just gets up. Did you like that, Colonel? That last little bit?
That last little bit I did like. To lead up to that last little bit, just so you guys know, I was thinking, this whole fucking movie, like, we need snowshoes. Well, Finn stabs her in the fucking neck with a snowshoe, okay? I was like, okay, good. Nice little callback there. We've been hearing about these snowshoes all fucking movie. But I was like, there's only one way to kill a werewolf. Finn and Grizzly Adams fucking talking. You see her get up in the background, move around. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I thought it was fucking great. I really hope a wonderful accident. Finn actually looks back to where she was and turns back and keeps talking. Mm-hmm. She's gone. She got up, moved, he looked, came back, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I thought that was fucking awesome. That one little part, though, I love that little touch to it. I really dug that. But it wasn't a silver bullet. Only one way to kill a werewolf.
Dude, I mean, that's the one thing. That all the werewolf tropes were ignored in this movie, aside from the full moon. That was it. And it looks like she could control it at will. What do you guys think about that? Did that work for you? I mean, I almost think you got to have a couple of them. There's a silver bullet at least.
Or if you're going to change the werewolf lore, you've got to establish it. You got to tell us. You have to tell the audience that you're going to change it. You know, that's one thing I would say. Colonel?
Yeah, well, like Boys from County Hell that we reviewed, a few months ago. They changed the vampire lore, but they told you they changed it. I'm with Crank on this one. They didn't say shit. Mm-hmm. Now, okay, at the end of the day, I was okay with her being able to control it because it works better for who done it. I mean, if she stayed a werewolf the entire fucking night, there's no fucking mystery there. Eventually, you'll find her butt ass naked in the woods and running home and getting a shower and getting dressed. So,
grabbing some little boys' balloons in the park. Yeah,
exactly. But yeah, I see what you did there. I went over my head for a second.
All right, let's rate this bitch and move on. Ziggy, give us a number on Werewolves Within.
I always start at a 5 with most movies, and then it's up to them to go from there. And this one, as it started, we were on just like The Price is Right in that mountain climber game, man. And then, man, we overbid when we got to that ending. Oh, yeah, right over the fucking side, man, right into the fucking drink. I, unfortunately, have to stop at a 6 with Werewolves Within, the video game adaptation. Lily's great. Get you some AT&T. It's all good, man, but get you some better werewolf practical effects in the next time you go out to do a werewolf movie. And maybe you'll get a few more points out of me. But a 6 it is for now.
All right, Colonel, how about you? Give it a number.
I said, I had my interest at first. The characters are great. I'll be honest, unlike Zag, it flowed. I wouldn't say it flowed nicely. There were points in the middle where I got bored. I'll be honest. And then they brought me back up. People started dying off. Okay, I'm re-interested in this. I'm going to invest my time back into this movie. And even the whole Bond villain thing I was digging. Then we get the transformation scene, and that literally lost a lot of fucking points based on that. If you're going to make a fucking werewolf movie, at least have a decent fucking werewolf. Characters are great. Acting was good. At the end of the day, that knocked it down to a 5.5. I can't justify going up to a 6 or higher because that transformation scene was that fucking bad. Not a bad movie, just a bad transformation. And we discuss horror on the show. Mm-hmm. He took the horror out of it with that awful representation of a werewolf.
I have to ask you though, did you mention the way the movie flowed because of its progressive qualities towards the end? Is that what you were bringing up?
I did. That's exactly it. It's almost like I feel like I should have Geico some of it. Overlooked a few things. I mean, because this is going to be viewed in all states. So hell, maybe even nationwide. But I have a feeling the state farmers aren't really going to like this.
So in general, you're saying we should move on?
Yes.
Okay. Frank, allow me.
All right. For me, yeah, I'm going to keep this simple. We've already talked about this movie a lot more than I thought we would. But yeah, I'm giving this a 5.5 also. Somewhat because of the ending. And just because I'm not a huge fan of horror comedies. I really am not. There are a few that have come out lately that have piqued my interest more. Benny Loves You being one of them. But this one just didn't quite have the magic that I wanted. And that's it. Werewolves Within is available on video on demand right now. Go check it out and let us know what you think. Let us know in the comments. And do not, under any circumstances, harass Milana Weintraub, or we will come looking for you. That's it for Let's Go Camping. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more Death Curse Society real soon. Woo! Or should I say, oh!
You almost made it. Hey, all right. We went camping and we found Werewolves Within. That's what we got to say about that. I hope we had a couple of points made for you. If not, though, stick around. We've got stories around the campfire coming at you just later this week, right here on Death Curse Society.
Hi, this is Heather Langenkamp, and you're watching Death Curse Society. Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
Death Curse Society has just become an associate producer on the film.
Yes.
Bravo. Bravo. Death Curse Society, guys, is so awesome. I met the guys, all three of the guys, at Indianapolis last year for Horror Hound. And I met those dudes, and I gotta tell you, like, I hung out with them, we took pictures, I signed some stuff, they gave me a t-shirt. It was awesome. They're awesome guys. So super cool. I am so glad to have them on board this campaign and also on board the film. And now they are going to be IMDb credited as producers on this movie.
Woo! Hey, thanks guys for watching Death Curse Society. This is Red Crank here. If you enjoyed what you saw, make sure to go up here, hit that subscription button. Make sure to hit that bell too so you get a notification whenever we drop some new videos. And speaking of different videos, bam! Right over here we got a couple for you to check out as well. Check these out. Keep watching Death Curse Society. Thanks for tuning in. Woo!